His speech was thick. He had lifted his hands breast high, was clasping them so tightly together that his knuckles stood out as bony knobs. Tristan had heard the enemy called many things, but never toads, nor had he believed they had raided into Grimmerdale. Toads? He made a question of the word. The boy turned his head away so that he looked neither to the window nor at Tristan. It was very evident he planned escape. The man crossed the narrow room with effortless and noiseless strides, caught him by the shoulder. "What manner of toads?" He shook the boy slightly. "Toads, the toads." The boy seemed to think Tristan should know of what he spoke. "They, that sit among the standing stones, that what do men evil." His voice, while thick, no longer sputtered so. "All men know the Toads of Grimmerdale." Then, with a twist which showed he had long experience in escaping, he broke from Tristan's hold and was gone. The man did not pursue him. Rather, he stood frowning in the light of the single candle. Toads and Grimmerdale. Together they had a faintly familiar sound. Now he set memory to work. Toads and Grimmerdale. What did he know of either? The dale was of importance, more so now than in the days before the war when men favored a more southern route to the port. That highway had fallen almost at once into invader hands, and they kept it forded and patrolled. The answer had been this secondary road, which heretofore had been used mainly by shepherds and herdsmen. 3 different trails from upcountry united at the western edge of Grimmerdale. However, had he not once heard of yet a 4th way, one which ran the ridges, yet was mainly shunned, a very old way, antedating the coming of his own people? Now, he nodded as memory supplied answers. The Toads of Grimmerdale. One of the many stories about the remnants of those other people, or things, which had already mostly faded from this land, so that the coming of man did not dislodge them, for the land had been largely deserted before the first settlement ship arrived. Still, there were places in plenty where certain powers and presences were felt to this day, where things could be invoked by men who were crazed enough to summon them. Had the lords of High Halleck not been driven at the last to make such a bargain with the unknown when they signed solemn treaty with the Were-Riders? All men knew that it had been the aid of those strange outlanders which had broken the invaders at the last. Some of the presences were beneficial, others neutral, still others dangerous.